Young poets, rappers, leaders, and activists are invited to compete for the title of Norfolk's first Youth Poet Laureate. And if sugary beverages are part of your family's daily diet, EVMS and ODU School of Nursing are launching a campaign that will really open your eyes. The forum begins now. Are you or do you know someone between the ages of 14 and 19 who is a gifted writer, rapper, leader, and activist in the city of Norfolk? Now through February 28th, submissions are being accepted to compete for the title of Norfolk's first ever Youth Poet Laureate. And the winner even gets a book deal, says Deirdre Love, who's the founder of Teens with a Purpose. And Teens with a Purpose is behind getting this program out there, along with some other partners in the community. Welcome, Deirdre.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
I am so excited to be here and excited about the program, the Youth Poet Laureate program, that we have the honor of being the local organization to present to Hampton Roads and, moreover, to Norfolk.
Right.
It's really exciting.
So getting kids in Norfolk to participate is what this is all about, is to encourage parents of kids and kids themselves, or getting the word out about the opportunity that they have to be heard and seen and felt and appreciated, and also to be able to know who is giving to the community in a very important way, and that's through being a leader.
Yes. I became interested in expanding our program and bringing this to Norfolk when I saw the New York Youth Poet Laureate. She delivered a speech at their Mayor Bill de Blasio's inauguration, and it was the most powerful thing. I saw it on the British Broadcasting Network, picked it up, and it was on YouTube, and I thought, I would love to see this happen in our city, where young people who care about issues can actually go out with the mayor and open an event for him poetically and powerfully, with the youth voice, being well informed, and also bringing arts into the political arena, but through the youth voice. So it was a no-brainer for me that this was something that I really wanted Teens with a Purpose to help make happen in our city.
Okay. Well, it is happening, and that is a great thing. We'll give you an example in a minute, but I just want to make sure that folks understand what Teens with a Purpose is, because that organization does a lot of things. This is one of them, but what is it that Teens with a Purpose is all about?
Okay, Teens with a Purpose is a creative youth development organization, and our programs are peer-led. And the idea behind it is to create a platform where young people can express themselves, where they can use their voice, their talent, their energy to impact their lives in a positive way, their friends, their community, their schools. So it's teens creatively cultivating the next generation of leaders. And when you tell young people you're in charge, how would you bring your message to your peers? What's your vehicles? They say music, poetry. And they also do creative workshops on issues like teen violence, bullying, HIV, STD, teen pregnancy, homelessness, all the issues that this generation is concerned about. So poetry, it just is organic. It's what young people use right now in this culture. And so our poetry division has really developed and grown, and we have national partners now. And our music division is really awesome too. They have about 53 different songs about all the different issues, creating positive music.
Wow.
Have many opportunities to speak at different events and create their own youth-led events. So really it's giving young people a voice and a platform, a safe place to be, and helping them to be empowered leaders.
Okay. And this is a great way to also advance that mission, but through performance, which is a very important part of getting a message out, whether it's the message that is based within somebody's own being, or if it's something that they're trying to share that maybe they've learned from somebody else. But
Right.
it's a great way. It's a great way to communicate, and you've got some good performers in the area. And in fact, on your website there is a video of one young woman, and she is let's see, Shajia Wilson.
Shajia Wilson.
And she's with the Hampton Roads Youth Poets, and she is with a group that does this kind of speaking and performing,
Right.
And getting the message out. So
Right.
we took the liberty of making sure that you get a chance to see a little bit about what this is about, and maybe this will strike a chord within you.
This is not a poem, this is a challenge. And I know that there's a chance here. Potential energy waiting to become kinetic dots, forming lines so we can connect it and begin to see that big picture. Now we've made that true through all of you. Through the ones who say yes to this challenge to arrange and exchange ideas of change. Through the ones who say yes to giving yourself for someone else. Ripping open your ribcage so they won't have to cry to find out why you love them. Through the ones free of fear, free of lies, who lift the truth so high that it surpasses any statement slaying sexualities or skin complexions, any declarations disparaging disabilities, any people protecting phobias of other powerful religions and the people worshiping in them. Now, we've made this true through all of you, through the ones who encircle a brawl, waiting for all those boys to exchange blows, watching for that first fist to fly, about to realize that unclenched fists are just hands. Hands that hold. Hands that mold memories into the shells of pastries. Hands that make these fingers dance across piano keys. Hands that were not meant to create fear from fists. They were meant to make this another way to say I love you. To make this another way to say I love you. So I made this another way to say I love you because I love you. I want to make this change with you. And if you allow me to, I'll say I do. And you can make this true by making this change too, by just saying yes. So say yes.
So say yes.
Yes.
And she is marvelous and clearly very comfortable in expressing herself.
Yes, she is. The Hampton Roads Youth Poets is a division of Teens with a Purpose. And there are poets that are groomed year-round, and they compete on a national and international level. And more than just competing, they tell stories, and then they take the poems that they write into the communities and into the stories that are they're written about. For example, homelessness. If they write a poem about homelessness, they'll work in the homeless community, and so that adds to the power of the poetry, and it sort of feeds the young person. So they knew they felt about this thing deeply, and now they have put their hand on it and touched it and impacted the things that they talk about and write about.
Yeah. Really having a chance to experience the reality, whether it be personally or through somebody else that they're actually with, is something that connection is not always there for teens who are don't often have, I don't know if it's the ability, but just don't have the experience, the life experience, to know the difference sometimes between what you think something is and what it really is.
And I think the Youth Poet Laureate takes what we're able to offer, what we have been able to offer so far, to the next level, because our poets basically right now are writing about their perspective on life and their personal experiences. But as the Youth Poet Laureate, they would accompany the mayor somewhere that he perhaps is going to speak, and they would open something for him. So before they go, they have to dig deeply into what he's going to speak about. What is the youth voice on that? How can I best represent our city? So it kind of challenges them to take it from that emotional level of just how I feel, but now I'm the voice of young Norfolk, and I'm the partner to the mayor, or I'm at the library, or I'm, wherever that responsibility will take them. And so it's going to encourage you to study more and read more and really critically analyze things a little deeper so that you can really have a voice and speak, you know, from the heart, but also with a knowledge base. So, you know, I'm excited about adding that extra layer, that extra challenge, and also opening it up to every young person inside of the city of Norfolk, inside of middle schools, high schools. The governor's school's a part of it. It's in the Norfolk Public Library is a partner, so it's in Norfolk Public Libraries. Barnes & Noble TCC is a partner, so it's in Barnes & Noble's. New Journal and Guide is a partner, so they're printing something, an article in every one of their magazines coming up. And I just think it's really, you know, it's going to empower, and I think it's just going to be an all-around good thing for the city. But, you know, I'm all about the youth voice. And
well, and also addressing the whole, the key being responsibility, and having these people, these young people, take that passion and channel it in a way that is responsible. And that, you know, that's so important. And it doesn't mean that people don't understand responsibility, but being able to practice that, especially at a higher level, is a great way to learn. It's a great way to educate our youth, and for the youth to educate each other.
Yes.
So what does it require for somebody to submit an application or an audition?
Right.
How it works?
So it's pretty much all done in writing. They have to be from the city of Norfolk, and within their age range that you mentioned, and they have to submit 5 pieces.
Five
Pieces, and one of them has to be on social justice and health issues. So we want to make sure that they care about, you know, the society and the political arena as well, and also that they show that they are socially and civically engaged. So what are they doing? Do they volunteer? And that type of thing. And then the judges, we have some esteemed judges, will read. They can also submit YouTube videos or videos of sorts, so they don't have to just submit it in writing, but they can also send a link to their YouTube page with their pieces. And the judges will have a couple of months to decide on who the finalists will be.
Okay, great. A great list of judges. You have till February 28th to submit your pieces, which there could be either writing or video. And you got the information on the screen there. You can email directly to find out more about the application process and to get that
the applications are online at our website at teenswithapurpose.org, so they can just go to the website, download the application, everything's there, full information, and we're looking forward to meeting some pretty awesome young people.
Well, I look forward to hearing what the results are. Great.
Thank you.
Thanks so much for sharing a great program.
Oh, thank you for having me.
Best of luck to you and to everybody who applies.
Yes.
We're going to have a Norfolk Youth Poet Laureate.
I say yes to
Wonderful.
that.
Yes. Well, we'll be back in a moment to talk about a sneaky little diet saboteur that's shaking up the very foundation of our health.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of children in foster care who will take you just as you are.
Hey, Sandra.
Oh, sorry. I'm just really surprised at how expensive food has gotten. We've been trying to put aside some money to buy a house, but Lately, we can barely make it from one paycheck to the next.
I'm in the same boat, but with this additional money I'm getting from the EITC, things are looking better.
EITC?
It's the Earned Income Tax Credit. I'm going to be getting almost $2,500 back.
What?
For more on the EITC and free tax preparation, call or visit our website.
Every day across America, excess food is gathered by a network of good people at local food banks, giving hope to millions of children who struggle with hunger. They've earned their wings, and you can too. Together, we can solve child hunger. Support Feeding America and your local food bank at feedingamerica.org.
Thirsty? What's the first thing you or your children reach for? No fibbing. If that beverage contains sugar, our next guests can show you how a little bit of sugar can go a long way toward wrecking your daily nutritional intake. Now, I know that sounds pretty serious, but it is. Assistant Director Matt Herman of the Children's Health Insurance Network, Cinch, and Dr. Janet Azar with Old Dominion University School of Nursing are here to show you how to reduce sugar intake and have fun while you're doing it. And of course, having fun we always associate with kids, so that's where we're going to start, because this is a campaign that you're working on with some students at Old Dominion.
Yes,
to really further the idea and of creating a good habit, which is taking a real good look at what it is you consume.
We are, and thank you for having us, and
You're
thank you for
welcome.
providing water to us instead of soda or 100% fruit juice. We're really excited about this. Came along with Dr. Azar, Cinch, which is the Consortium for Infant and Child Health. EVMS is the leading agency who have been super supportive of our regional coalition. We decided to adapt this Rev Your Bev campaign, which was originally adopted by and created by the Virginia Foundation for Healthy Youth, which is a state organization. So we decided to localize this project and called it Rev Your Bev 757, and to try to reduce the amount of sugary drinks that our children in Hampton Road that are actually consuming.
Yeah, and they do consume quite a few.
They do, yes, ma'am. Unfortunately, Americans on average consume too many sugary drinks on a daily basis, soda being one of the #1 components. You know, when you go to a fast food restaurant or a restaurant, you know, soda is offered regularly. We're
Right.
trying to really switch away from that.
It's usually on the top of the list of beverage choices, particularly through drive-thrus and fast food and what have you. It's like,
Yes, ma'am. And we've really worked with Dr. Azar and ODU, which have been a fantastic partner in our Cinch Coalition. She has a lot of wonderful students that have been helping out with this campaign. We really looked at last semester trying to develop this program further. Our Cinch Obesity Work Group really worked on this campaign all of last year. ODU students came in, took hold of it, and sort of just spearheaded the whole project. In this semester, which just started about 2 weeks ago, they're actually going to start implementing the PowerPoint presentation and the materials that we developed.
great, and some of those materials are in the form of a Facebook page, is that correct, or Facebook?
Yeah, we have a Facebook page. If you go to cinchcoalition.org, you can find a whole bunch of the information there. We have a Facebook page, Twitter, that really promotes this project. This presentation educational project really looks at the health aspects of sugary drinks. Sugary drinks, you know, on a daily basis, kids are getting these sodas. They're being offered soda first, really sugary juices first. Outside of the things that we really want to push forward.
Yeah, juices and drinks like this are just prevalent. I mean, they're almost assumed that that's what you give a kid when they want something. The little juice boxes and all of that stuff is, it may seem healthy, but too much of anything is too much.
Unfortunately, when parents see fruit juice, they think, oh, this is healthy for my children, but they don't look at the nutritional labels and see how much sugar is really in the fruit juices.
Yeah.
And it's added sugar, it's not the natural sugars.
Right, and I think that's a misconception a lot of people have about fruit juice, that if you take a closer look, it may say what percentage of that beverage is actually juice. And they may even have it in larger type, but you still see the picture and it's juice in your mind, which is not quite the same thing. And that really can make a difference in how somebody perceives what's good for them and what they might continue to consume even into their adult years and beyond. So your students have really taken this bull by the horns. And
yes, this is a wonderful way for the nursing students who are spending a lot of their time in acute care settings, learning how to take care of people with diabetes, fatty liver disease, all of the chronic illnesses, and begin some of the preventive medicine that we really need to spend a lot of time on. And so they really become integrated into a major project that can be very helpful in preventing these long-term chronic diseases.
Well, these chronic diseases that are becoming either more well-known or more prevalent, there are just more people that are dealing with them, are things that might be addressed early
Not
on.
only more people dealing with them, but they're dealing with them earlier. We have more children now who are developing type 2 diabetes at a very early age, hypertension related to obesity, and obesity is related to the sugary drinks, a lot of the consumption.
And this campaign really focuses on sugars, the problems with sugars. We have a sugar stoplight that the work group developed.
Yes, we have that up on the screen right now.
It's very important to recognize the different types of sugars, that we have a sort of stop, slow, go, with the processed sugars being red, sugar substitutes being yellow, and then sort of the natural sugars, the fruit, lactose, and milk, that we really want to push and reinforce. We really want to offer water as the first drink that the kids should be offered, and of course push low-fat milk, 1% or skim milk, and then 100% fruit juice, which Dr. Azar alluded to earlier, that we really need to start looking at these labels. The ingredient list, if it's so many, there's 61 different types of sugars that can be listed on an ingredient list, and many of them end in OSE. So it's very overwhelming for a parent to look at some of these things. So really have to look at the labels and try to read the serving size, the amount of sugar content. And that's something we really, really want to focus on.
Drink type word search is another one of the things that I think
yes,
children
ma'am.
might be
The work
benefit
group,
from.
along with the Centro to You students, really developed a lot of activities for the children to do. They're going to start implementing this project and try to present this material to them, provide some word searches and so forth.
Things that get them really kind of involved in the whole process. So maybe it sticks up here instead of in the ribs, huh?
Right, yes, ma'am.
Well, sugar is can be converted into lots of not so great things. Would you like to expound on that, Dr. Azar? Sugar is it's a double-edged sword.
Yeah, if you get too much sugar or carbohydrates in the body, it just changes into fat, and if you don't use it right away. So as you increase the calorie intake or the sugary intake, you can increase the amount of fat in the body.
Well, eating candy bars and desserts, making that a regular part of a child's diet puts them in a position to crave and want those things and expect those things, and their body learns to expect it.
Yes.
You know, as they continue to grow, and sometimes the body doesn't grow in a way that you want it to.
The reason why we wanted to focus on the younger children is we wanted to help start developing better habits earlier, because this can carry through life, and the earlier these habits are changed, the better it is.
Or maybe by just, you know, proximity too, that the children, if you focus on your children developing better habits, that maybe you too will see the light and maybe adopt some of them yourself, even if it is.
We definitely hope to. We can spit all sorts of facts. The average American eats or drinks about 82 grams of sugar per day. That's about 2 cans of soda per day.
And what's considered fairly healthy intake of sugar? If 82 grams is a lot.
Basically, the American Heart Association recommends for women about 25 grams of sugar per day. For men, about 38 grams of sugar per day. And then for children, about 12 to 25 grams of sugar per day.
So there is a huge, huge difference then. There's a gap between.
There is, and you can sort of think of it in something our presentation really pushes, is the amount of sugar packets For men, 38 grams of sugar is equal to about 5 or so sugar packets. So, and that's just the amount in 1 can of soda. There's on average about 40 grams of sugar in 1 can of soda.
Let's not forget coffee, because some people
Right,
dump
and
it in there.
I'm not sure I know outside of maybe my grandmother that puts 5 packets of sugar in her coffee to sweeten it. Not many people put five packets of sugar. So.
Right, but they may have more than 1 cup of coffee, and so I'm thinking
Right, yes,
then
ma'am.
you are forgetting that you just maybe dumped a packet or 2 into your coffee, and you just had another 2. So it does get sneaky.
It does.
Yeah, yeah.
It does.
So aside from the games and what have you that your nursing students are doing, is there anything else that you're using in this campaign to raise awareness?
We really just want to push. We're going to start presenting, like we stated. We also have a pledge that you can go to cinchcoalition.org to go ahead and you can take the pledge online. There's also a social media component to it where you can actually print up the pledge, complete it as a family. We really want to push this
nice.
family aspect of having to reduce your sugary beverages at home. So you can print it up, take a picture, and then post it to all your social media outlets.
Oh, all right. So, yeah, let's definitely get the word out that you are involved in something that's really good for you, and maybe somebody else will take up the cause and run with it, too.
Right, and it all started with the ODU students. Our partnership was great, and they're really starting to push it through. So thanks to them and Dr. Azar's students. It's been a great help, and it's going to be a great campaign. We're looking forward to it.
They're starting to collaborate with some faith-based communities, the Parks and Recs centers, after-school programs, the Y, and hope to promote this program, increase awareness.
Good. So this is really just kind of getting underway. Things are just starting to roll out and start happening, and it will be happening for some time now. So you've got a...
Right, yes, we had let's say a soft kickoff yesterday, and thanks to you and for having us. We're really going to kick it off and really promote it within the coming months. So we want to sort of make it a New Year's resolution to reduce those sugary beverages in your home. So really excited.
That can save a tremendous amount of money in terms of medical costs down the road, too, I would imagine. So, and for your nursing students, this is teaching them some very good things, not only for their own health and their own family's health, but giving them a very real look at the difference between starting a bad habit and what the end result might be.
Yeah, this is a wonderful opportunity for them the students to see the intersection between preventive medicine and acute care medicine.
Yeah, great. And hopefully the public will be able to see that difference too, and of course that's what it's all about. Thanks for taking the time to come here and share the new information that you're going to be putting out, and best of luck to your students, whom I understand are very busy working in their clinics and clinical work right now, and that excuses them from being here to talk about this.
That's right.
So, but that's all right. And we know we'll be seeing and hearing from them down the road. So, thanks so much.
Thank you.
Thanks
Great
for having
stuff.
us.
Thank you for being here, and thank you for joining us.